Today I'm talking about copyright strikes in audiovisual creation. And as writers, you should know this as well as anybody else that plagiarism of any kind is going to get you in trouble and is going to get you a strike. And this includes using music in your AV creations, and it includes using photographs or images in your AV creations. So make sure you only get them from royalty-free or copyright-free sites that are okay to use. In the case of music, you hear music on my sites, on my videos. I get it from the YouTube site. The YouTube creation site, they have a whole library of music, usually very short, usually like 1 or 2 minutes tops. It's put up by individual composers like you. It's put out by writers. Some writers like to post at these free websites where they don't get paid and it just can be seen by anybody. The same thing with musicians. Some musicians post at sites like this just so they can get heard, just so they can actually get a resume of things, just so they can get some use of things. So you definitely don't want to use songs from the radio. You definitely don't want to use pictures from Google or Bing. You need to get your pictures from a place like Pixabay where they're royalty free, or from Creative Commons. And you also have to check the license at both Pixabay and Creative Commons to make sure that it's okay to use it commercially. And it's okay to change it if you need to. By changing it, I mean shortening a musical composition or altering a picture to a degree. So make sure you only use cleared, proper music and images in your videos. You often shoot the videos yourself. You do your own scripting. You do your own talking. Now, there is fair use if you're doing first time listening to music or first time watching video. The restrictions on first time watching TV shows and movies, I believe, is no more than 10 minutes of content from the show can be in your review. And I see a lot of first-time users have a countdown clock and they go for 10 minutes. And it can't be continuous. These have to be short bursts of scenes. And you have to have comment to go along with them. You're supposed to be watching the movies along with the screening, and you're supposed to be commenting about what you see to the audience and commenting about it afterward. In order to use fair use, in order to get fair use on music, it has to be for educational purposes, it has to be for review purposes, it has to be for criticism. You do reviews of motion pictures and be critical about it. Hate them, take them apart, or praise them to death. But it's got to be an active case of review, criticism, or education. And as far as education goes, you have to really be a teacher. It's really supposed to be in a school. Otherwise, you're going to get what's called a copyright strike, and your channel could be closed down forever. So you really want to be careful with your content. And I'm talking about ancillary content. I'm talking about putting music tracks on your videos. I'm talking about inserting pictures into your videos or inserting graphics. Another thing you need to be cautious about is using people whose faces are visible in your production. Now, some of you will have friends that are willing to do things. You should get a model release from them, and they do need to be above legal age in order to give that grant of a model release. That means in most cases they have to be over 18. In some places they have to be over 21. Otherwise, you need to get their parents to give a model's release. A model release for all uses guarantees that you'll never have to pull it down. Otherwise, if they complain about it down the line, you may have to pull their video down or you may have to edit them out. And if you get a picture from Pixabay or NASA, government photos are generally public domain. They can't have any faces in them that are easily discernible. If they do, you need to gray them out or blur them out. You've noticed that a lot of ads and a lot of book covers cut the person off at the chin. This is because they don't have a model release. If you get a copyright strike, you can fight it with YouTube if you think that you are in the right and they are in the wrong. And you can also use the new Copyright Tribunal, which costs money. It's going to cost you $100. The party on the other side, the one who is claiming the strike against you, has to agree to the tribunal. Take a look at our video on the Copyright Tribunal to learn more information about it. And this is our look at copyright strikes in audiovisual creation.
If you found this program informative, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Here, I discuss the nuts and bolts of writing and publishing, editing, cover creation, copyrights, picking a self-publisher, making a website, putting books into stores, how to get your manuscript before agents and publishers. And I add new content all the time. So have a good writing day.